Hope you're all doing fine. I'm waiting to get some people in. My name is Jackie and I'm a twin flame reader. And I have a discount this month for December. I'm full booked till the 11th of December. So if you want a reading for me, then it will be after the 11-12 portal. Or the 12-12 portal, if there's still availability for the 12-12 portal. The price is a discount from 111 for 888 pounds. So if you want a twin flame reading from me, come in and get your twin flame reading, or maybe for someone who really needs it, give it as a Christmas present or give it as a present for yourself. Sorry, I'm already purging because there was so much going on at the moment for the divine masculine. And I hear a hold in your breath. It's like he's holding in his breath for what was happening. That was it. It was more like count till 10 before you react. And because the divine masculine holds everything in and isn't that easy to communicate with, it's about letting that go and purging it out. So what I heard in meditation was for the twins who are in separation and not together. New energies are on the horizon for you, so it will make it easier to make the transition in your life. So, and I also heard it was about the divine masculine coming clean, coming clean and start to learn to trust what is happening in his life, that things just don't happen for any reason. There's always a reason why things are happening in your life. What I heard for the divine feminine is like, divine feminine has enough from all the expectations from people around her, from the divine masculine making promises and don't come through with his promises. And then she starts to expect on that promise, and he is not completing it or fulfilling it. So she is done with everything he's telling her. She is done. She said, okay, let's see what happens, and she is just making up the account. If you're not in alignment with what you're saying and with your truth and how you're coming forward, and you don't walk your talk, then divine feminine says, okay, done. I've been there, I've done that, I'm not going through with that. I'm waiting for those energies who are on the horizon for me to get me further on my path. And if it's with you or if it's without you, I don't mind. She is not bothered by it anymore, because I see the divine feminine grew so much that she says, okay, don't promise. I don't expect anything from you. I don't expect you to be with me. I don't expect you to have love for me. I don't expect anything. But if you say, for instance, that you care about me, that you love me, that you want to be with me, then I will receive that. But I will make no expectations of it, because you can say and promise me the world and you turn around and do totally different things. So she is not even uh, offended by it. She's just saying, okay, that's your path. It's not mine. I'm not hooking into that energy. That's your path. And I let it go. So that's a beautiful position of the divine feminine, because the divine masculine had so long, for eons and eons, he had the control. And now the divine feminine is stepping up in her energy, and she is waiting and she's seeing it all. And she says, no more. It's done. I'm walking my path. This is my journey. That's your journey. That is what you choose. Because everything, every thought, sorry. Oh my gosh. Get off. So I had to put Siri off, because I feel that all the time when I have my music on, I get interferences of other energies. So yeah, that's because all the things you think is made by ego, and she is really in that heart space and don't want to tap into somebody else's ego mind, to, how do you say it, to give it energy. So sometimes when you're quiet, and sometimes when you withdraw and you go back in your heart space, that's where you feel the most. And yeah, that's what's happening. So let's see what the card's saying about the divine masculine's energy in his mind space. Last week I did the divine feminine first. I'm a bit tired at the moment because I had some intense weeks. I had to move. Um, so all the stuff is in my house and I have no space anymore. Then I needed to go to Holland for a training and do some mediumship there. And then my daughter came back with me home, and I had 3 beautiful days with my daughter and my granddaughter. So that was really amazing. And now I'm here next day again doing readings for you guys. So yeah, this is what's happening at the moment. And I see earth and air, and that's exactly what I told about the communication with the divine masculine in the realm, that he is a lot in his mind space, you know. And what I also feel, he wants to bring those two together, the earth and the air. He wants to bring it together in balance. But still his mind is taking on. And it could be that he is going to the realm, to the 5th dimensional realm, because I see the eagle here and I see the angels here, that he is connecting in the 5th dimensional realm with his divine feminine, but doesn't know how to get it into manifestation in the 3rd dimensional realm. So if don't expect anything, that's it. Also for the divine masculine, You know, the divine feminine has no expectations. The divine masculine don't have any expectations there, because most of the triggers, what comes up when you have unhealed trauma, and you really need to do something about that trauma, then the triggers come up through communication. And you have to level to the divine feminine, get on that same level, let the ego out, and energetically work with it. So when you work energetically with each other, there is more connection. Um, Sometimes the ego is messing up everything. Only if you have two people with two common goals, um, where they can work on, then it's more easily in flow. But if one wants this direction and the other one wants that direction, for instance, if one person is saying, okay, I just want to go to my mind space, and I want to follow the logic, and I want to follow the reason and the knowledge and the rational mind, and the other says, no, I want to go within, I want to feel, I want to experience, then they're not on common ground, because there is a level difference, and then the ego wants to take over the feelings, and you can't rationalize your feeling. You can only work through it when you're in silence, and work through your emotions, work through your traumas. And I hear it has a lot to do with abandonment issues for the divine feminine. It could also has to do with divine masculine abandonment, that he's afraid of abandonment, of afraid of the connection, afraid of making a connection that goes on a deeper level, that he knows or is afraid that if he makes that connection on that heart level, that he will get hurt again. But if you don't make that leap of faith to go to that direction, you will never overcome it. So, and I hear the divine feminine is just waiting. She's not waiting for a divine masculine. She just knows that somewhere on this earthly plane, there is someone out there for her that is resonating with her feelings, because the universe had already this plan of, if you're in separation or if you're together, that the universe will bring it together again, or keep it in separation because you still did not learn your lesson. Okay. And most of the time it comes out of fear. So what's in the heart space? In the heart space, it's Ellen of the Ways. Connecting with the God and the Goddess, connecting with Mother Earth, walking that sacred path, walking that path of Mother Nature, and let it walk its original in its original flow. So if we're going now, that the trust is always within. Trust is never coming from the outside, because you can't trust the outside. You can't trust the illusional world we're living in. You only have trust from within, and if you trust the path you're walking, you don't have to doubt. You know, there is no doubt in that path. There is no doubt in your in if you have a partner that does exactly the same, then there is no doubt in your partner, because you have trust within. So you trust yourself, you can trust the other person. And when you're in separation, know that even when you walk the path all by yourself, there will be something else coming your way, so you can continue the journey till the other person is ready or not. It could be that your twin flame um, isn't ready in this time and this age. It could be that your divine partner will skip, other years, other realms, and other lives. It still has to learn um, the path within. And as long as he's choosing different, choosing, because you always have a choice. That's what it is. You always have a choice. And now I'm looking at Bridget. That's my goddess. She always guides me. She always says, trust me, and I will bring you where you need to be. I will guide you to the right people on your path. So, yeah, have that trust, the trust in yourself. And that's also the path of Alan of the Ways. So how does he see the divine feminine rising as a phoenix from the flame? She is rising and rising. And every time when he sees her, something is different with her. And how he gives, that's interesting what I hear, how he gives a meaning to it. Because if you give a meaning to something, that's what you see. And what you see, you will believe. And what you believe, you will act towards that. So what he sees, that she's transforming, and transforming. I also see that fire within the divine feminine that she is really using during the moon periods. Every moon cycle, she uses that energy to transform and rise again, to clear out, transform and rise again. Because she is doing the work, she's doing her practice, she's doing her shifts of inner work. So, and she's not doing it just once a month. She's doing this on a daily basis. So every time she transforms, she transforms. And I also hear, the hardest part is over for the divine feminine. The hardest part is over. It's really, really beautiful. So he sees that she isn't in a transition. She is is rising from the ashes. He sees that a lot of things that she had to let go, of, really hurted her heart. And because of um, because of that, she rises again and make different decisions in her life that is not um, affecting his life and not affecting her life. So it's like, okay, this is that separation of of um, of the roads, but then feeling totally content with it. No matter what the divine masculine is doing in his life, no matter divine feminine is doing in her life, but there is new energy coming on the horizon, and that new energy, that could be anything, because energy is energy. So what comes out and what's in the mind space of the divine feminine? Let's see. Wow. Wow. Twin flame. Oh, again, it's healing of the heart and opening of the heart. So when the heart is healed, you can open it again. And the twin flame energy is most of the time in the fifth dimensional realm. It's very rare that it is on the third dimensional plane. But twin flames are here to do the work together, to do the work for Mother Earth, to transform and to get people in an awakening state of their own journey, the journey of the masculine part in themselves and the feminine part in themselves. And if those two are in alignment with each other, and they are in harmony with each other, then also what's within is without. So that energy will also attract that partner in her life. She's not chasing the energies, she is attracting those energies in her life. And in her heart space, connecting with the universe. She is one with the universe. And because she's one with the universe, she's also attracting everything what she needs in her life. And that's so beautiful. So after, and that's what I discovered after being for 2 weeks in the third dimensional realm and doing things, and still be able to shift and combine it with work, then you still can maintain that high energy. So that's really fantastic. That's really beautiful. So the universe is saying, I'm in your heart. You walk with me. You walking and talking your way, and walking your truth, and you're following me. That's why I can give you so many beautiful things on your path. So how does the divine feminine sees the divine masculine? One card, please. Thank you. The divine masculine sees the divine feminine as the star constellation. He sees her as the star, as the blue ray being, as connecting with source, connecting with everything. And it's almost like he sees her as the universe. And that everything what she sees and connecting with different star constellations, she can shift and she can change, and she can get energies from those constellations to the earth to heal this planet. So she is working hand in hand with the universe and the planets and the beings and everything what's around her, and still doing her third dimensional um, rituals with it. So she is combining it both, as everything is energy, everything is energy. You could say, and I upset a lot of people when I say this, angels don't exist for me, because it's not the kind of angels the church created. It's a higher force with no form at all. And just like what I said, the human thoughts, the ego of mankind is creating those beings. While it's more an energy force than it is a being. And sometimes you see them from a projection of your mind, how things need to be. We're giving them those energies. But if you see through the human form, you can feel that energy within people. You can see what kind of energies you're dealing with. And that's what I see. If somebody has an illness or anything like that, you can also see the beings behind it that is transferring that energy into the being. So it's maybe it's too complicated to understand for you, but it's just the more you get into it, the more you will see and the more you will know. But if we just keep it at the energy level, because I know a lot of my sisters are seeing exactly the same things that I see, and they don't hesitate, to act on it and to say, okay, I'm going to do something with it, that needs to be transformed. That energy needs to be shifted, that energy. And that's what I say, there is always, when the twins are together and doing the work together, doing their inner work and doing the work together in the outer space for Mother Earth and the collective, then and when they are in separation, they're also doing the work, and that makes them grow and come closer and closer together. They're not living in that illusional world of the third dimension. Even more clear, it's very hard for them to step in that energy. They know it's happening. They know they do the work, and that they can change it, and that they can change their vibration in an instant. But that's how it works at the moment. I see the divine masculine walking his path. I see the divine feminine walking her path. There are no expectations. They're doing their work, and it's really amazing what's happening. So what will support the divine masculine? Yeah, I feel the divine masculine has a protective energy over the divine feminine at the moment. He is very protective of her because he knows what is happening on the background. So it could be that if there are third parties, other parties, a third party doesn't always has to be another woman. it can be a mother, it can be a mother-in-law, it can be your work, it can be um, people you work with, you know. But I see he is protecting her from that. So, um, but because he sees she has no expectations anymore, he knows that she is okay, but he still protect her from other energies to harm her. You know, there is this, and where what I feel, where he thought in the past that it was just stroking his ego and it was a game, it was a game for him. Now it is totally different. Now he sees, okay, I'm done with that. I want to mature, and I want to stop this. So I am protecting the divine feminine so she can do her work. And that's so beautiful. Um, it's so beautiful that he is protective of the divine feminine, that he is that giving energy towards her to make her feel safe, to, and that's an interesting one, my guides say now, because the safety needs to come from within. And but divine masculine knows she is okay, so now he can protect her. Oh, that's interesting. Why couldn't he protect her on other levels? Because he still had wounds that he he didn't work through, and he couldn't protect her because of his own wounds. Ah, okay, that's beautiful. That is very, very, very interesting what's happening here. So he couldn't protect the divine feminine because he still had his own wounds to work through, because there was still that scared boy within him that couldn't be there for his inner child. So he couldn't even be there for her and for her inner child. So that's understandable. It's totally clear. So now he wants to do everything to protect her, keeping her safe, knowing that everything is fine with her, that she is her own life, walking her own path, and that she is okay with that. And now he can protect that. Beautiful. How does he see the relationship with the divine feminine? Or how, there we go again. How, thank you for correcting me. How does he see the union with the divine feminine? How does he see the union with the divine feminine? Wow. Wow. Blu-ray being. He probably is a Blu-ray child. Oh my gosh. He sees her and this union as made by the Blu-ray beings, you know, being with those beings, connecting with this being, guided by Archangel Metatron, and guiding from the higher realm. So that's why, that's also why he wants to protect her. He wants to protect those energies. He wants that energies together doing the work, and that's how he's protective of her, so she can do her work. So she is not distracted by anything else. And that's how he sees the union, as two blue ray beings, you know, walking that path. So that's wow, beautiful. Guided by the blue rays. Guided by the blue rays. What supports the divine feminine? What supports the divine feminine? Cosmic, no, the elven ones. Connecting with the elves is supporting the divine feminine. That's beautiful. She has the support of the elven queen. She carries the elven queen energy with her. And she is being guided by the elven ones, by the elven realm. Elven and fairies, I hear. Connected with the earth and the realms of the elves of the fairy realm. Wow. I also hear Freya's energy is guiding her. Freya's energy, the queen of the fairies, is guiding her to do her work, to do the things that she really needs to do. I hear be aware. Be aware of the arrows. Be aware of the arrows. Be aware of the poison arrows. It could be that you're in the spotlight, or that you're a reader, or that you're working online, or that you're in multimedia, or that you are in this energy of you know, coming outside in the world, because you know that is your path, that is what you need to do, and that is your journey to support and awaken women. But I also hear there are also people around you that rather don't see you in that spotlight. So they always try to get you off track, give you try to give you bad advice. That's it. But you know, when you're doing this and you're coming out in the open, you also can expect resistance. And why? Because the other realms, the other energies, don't want you to raise that vibration. So there will always be this, you know, dark and light. And it's just energy, you know, you can work with. You can work with the dark and you can work with the light. And for as I know, and I experience it every day, the light can light up a dark room, but a dark room can't light up a light room. So the light will always win. And now we're in dark times, and sometimes we have better times, you know. It's the time of the dark mother. And when you work with the dark mother, when you work with season of death and rebirth, it's easier for you to get through it. So know that the divine feminine is supported by the elven realm. The fairies, the elven realm, make connection with them, you know, give them their offerings, give them their prayers, and everything will be okay for the divine feminine. It has also what I hear for the divine feminine, um, change of locations is necessary for you for a next level of growth. So that can be traveling, going overseas, um, communication, going in higher frequencies, higher realms, creating more space, creating more openness for yourself. Don't start to hesitate. Don't start to doubt. When things come your way and on your path, that you have to change a location or that you have to change um, um, scenery, then don't hesitate. Let yourself be guided, because on that path, there's always something there for you. And that's what they say, new energies on the horizon. So what is how does the divine feminine sees the union with the divine masculine? I have a feeling divine feminine recognized the divine masculine. Uh, Gosh, I can't read it anymore. Let's see. Other angle. Rising to Palladian frequencies. That's how the divine feminine sees the divine masculine. So he sees that they are brought together by the blue rays, by common interests of energies, and the divine feminine sees that divine masculine and feminine, when they come together, they can raise the vibration to Palladian frequencies. So there will be on a totally different plane than the earthly plane. You know, there is so much to see and to tell and to exchange, I hear, on that higher frequency. So if you are in separation with your divine partner or divine masculine, know that there are other energies coming in to raise you to that higher frequency. And maybe when you're traveling, you meet people that are on that same frequency, that bring you to that, you know, elevate you to that level. But this is how the divine feminine sees the union with the divine masculine, so that they are more in the realm and bringing those energies in the third dimensional um, world, because there will always be a third dimensional world. But the more they are shifting to the fifth dimensional realm, they more choosing that new earth, they choosing that new realm, because there will be different, because everything is in the now. All the timelines and all the frequencies are in the here and now, and you just have to switch. Where do you step in? Where do you log out? You know, if you step into that realm, you know how far are you going to walk that path? And if you see it in a circular energy, you know, you have to wait a whole circle till those lines are meeting again, if you have two circles and you meet them here in the middle, you have the infinity sign. Yeah. So when those two circles meet, you know, they can walk a whole other circle with each other, till they go back in their own timeline again, or where they're coming from, doesn't matter, or they choose to stay, you know, in that timeline together for a while, as long as it's needed to learn those lessons and to walk that path. So it's really, really beautiful how it all works. Yeah. So let's see, one card for the divine feminine and one card for the divine masculine. But what has the universe to tell them both? Breathe in the sun for both of them. That's what the universe says. You know, breathe in the sun. So it could be that you have to move yourself out of the darkness, but into the sun, connecting with the sun, or going, and just what I told you already, like traveling, you know, divine feminine has an opportunity to travel or to change scenery or location. Then this is for both of them, going to the sun. And going to the sun means where it's warm, where there is a high frequency of light without distortion. That's what I hear. And in that space, there is a lot to learn. You need to receive the codes. You need to transform to and how it is being done, and what needs to happen, will be shown to you when you're there. You know already in your soul that there is this place where you need to go, where you have to go, where you're guided to, and that's where it's for both of them. So it could be that one is doing the work in Mexico, that the other one is doing the work in Peru, that the other one is going to Brazil, and that there is a common goal in the middle. And that's about doing the work together. And it can be done together or it can be done in separation. But you need to know that there will always be different energies on that path. Let's see here. So that's what the universe, for both of them, look at the light. Don't look to the darkness. You know, don't look to what can happen. Don't let the ego take over, but just go in flow with what is happening in this time and space. There are so many codes coming through for divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's really, really yeah, amazing. That's all what I can say. It's a beautiful reading again. I thought last week was the best reading ever from this year, but I also see that this reading is also, you know, of that high quality that they want us to go. Even if they're in separation. So yeah, divine masculine, you know, transform that heart space. It's really beautiful. I hear, no matter what, he will always be protective of the divine feminine. And it doesn't matter who it is. Divine masculine, loosen your grip. Yeah, that's that little thing of control, right? Oh my gosh, loosen your grip. It's destiny. Let God in. Let the energies in your heart space, and let go of your coping mechanism. How to cope with things. Let go of your coping mechanism. And yeah, that's what the divine feminine also saw with the divine masculine, right? That's what I heard in the meditation also, that he is coping with things, you know, not going to his heart space, but you know, going in that communication, in that thinking mode. How can I do this? How can I work with this? Divine feminine already let go of it. You know, she is let go of the coping mechanism. Let yourself fall. And that's the protection, right? It's the protection of I don't want to be hurt anymore. I want to tell you something. I'm not going to tell you anyway that I love you. I'm not going to tell that because, you know, I'm not giving you that satisfaction. But the divine feminine knows that love is always there, you know, and even if they're in separation, that love will always be there for the divine masculine, because she loves the divine masculine. She loves her own divine masculine within herself. So if she wouldn't love her divine masculine within, she would deny the love from any other man in her life. So when that is shifting, when that is changing, everything's changed. It's about accepting the masculine, uh, how he is, that he isn't a feminine, but that he thinks different, that he has a different brain, that he reacts different on things. Oh my gosh, I have someone here that's really, really funny. And I'm not going to tell that, I'm not going to repeat that. So that's, yeah, he has to let go of his coping mechanism. And divine feminine says she sees his coping mechanism for a long, long time, because he's still repeating the same words. It's what I said, right? What you believe, of what's going on in your thoughts, you start to believe. Your belief will be your focus, and your focus will what you become, or what will become. And when your focus is still how do I say this? Is still overcompensating, because in the heart space you still feel that insecurity, you still feel that almost being offended, almost, you know, instead of seeing things as an honor, that they want to use your skills or want to work with you, they see it, I'm being maybe abused, or they use my energy. And as long there is no balance there, it will still repeat itself, because he gives that attention instead of, oh my gosh, I feel so heavy when I tap into that energy. Instead of seeing things in a different way, you know, it keeps repeating itself. So yeah, so let go, divine masculine, of the coping skills, that you need to cope with something, that you need to cope with what's happening to you. You're not coping. You don't need to cope with things. Just let it go. Don't repeat it, because you're getting it in your timeline time and time again when you coping with it. Let go. Let go. And I also hear it has to do with, oh my gosh. It has to do with old wounds of abandonment, choosing someone that has the same wounds as abandonment issues. And I hear someone coming from Eastern Europe, that is holding on, holding on, holding on. I see her moving from one country to another country, to another country, to another country, and wants the divine masculine to follow. And divine masculine is exhausted. And he's coping with it, but he needs to let go of all the coping. He needs to let go of I hear this whole thing. I also hear he invested too much in her already to let it go. So it could be that he paid for her, paid for a house, or paid for to keep her secure, that she could have a good life on her own, or a good life with him, but he's just coping. So it's time, and it has to do with the East Europe region, because I'm getting drawn that way. Somebody that is going from country to country. She can't stay in one country, I hear. Okay. Well, for who it is, let me know. recognize it. And for the divine feminine. The divine feminine cracked open. Beautiful. It could be that she is rock bottom and that she had to go there to surrender the alchemy of dying, the alchemy of life. You know, it's needed for her to be cracked open, and it has to do with holding on too much to the world she's living in. And needs to connect more with her heart, with, I also hear the ocean, the seas. I have here also the oceans of Mintaka, the seas of Mintaka. So open yourself to the Lemurian energies so you can connect with the other realms in your heart space, knowing where you're coming from, knowing the Atlantean energies that flows through your blood. That's what I hear. So it's time to crack open, and that that you surrender to the alchemy of life. And the alchemy is not what you're doing by yourself. The alchemy is existing with the people around you you love. Those people are carrying the codes that are showing you where your true path is. You know your path. You know you're in service to help and support and to transform people, and to support people in the most soft and kindness way, with a lot of knowledge, and not being disconnected from your feelings, expressing those feelings. Well, you have the feeling of coming home again. Wow. I know exactly for who this is. So, yeah, coming home, and it cracks open her heart. It cracks open. She gets new codes. There's more light coming in. Connecting with the ancient Lemurian and Atlantic oceans. And seeing her own potentials. And that she is a bringer of light. That's why I said, you know, also in that confirmation that I heard that somebody is changing location could also mean changing work locations. So, and connect with the light. Well, this was it for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine reading. Really beautiful, really amazing. And let go of that you have the feeling that you have to cope with everything on your own. Let it go, Divine Masculine. You don't have to do it on your own. Sometimes you have to but there is also support of your divine feminine that will hold you when you fall, and doesn't matter on what level it is. She will always be there to support you. If it's not in the real, then it's in the realm where she can hold you and support you with her healing and her love. Okay. Well, if you want your own private twin flame reading, at the moment I have December discount till the 11th of December. I'm full booked. After the 11th, I still have slots available till the 21st. So if you want your own reading, send me a message, and I can give you your reading next week. Okay? And I see you all, and all the blessings, all the love. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.